The Gulf of Mexico, it's always been called that. Or has it? Well, in the US, things are a bit different now. The body of water we knew as the Gulf of Mexico is now officially the Gulf of America. Yes, you heard that right. Someone decided to rename a massive body of water. Buckle up, folks, because this is going to be a bumpy ride. Just imagine waking up one day and finding out your favorite local park was renamed Freedom Park. That's kind of what happened here, but on a much larger scale. We're talking about a gulf that borders 5 US states and Mexico. That's a lot of coastline and a lot of people affected by this change. The big question is, why? Why change a name that's been around for centuries? Was Gulf of Mexico just not American enough? Was it blocking the view from Mar-a-Lago? We need answers, people. So, who's behind this grand renaming scheme? Well, it all started with an executive order from former President Trump. Remember him, the guy with the hair? Apparently he decided that Gulf of America had a better ring to it. Now, executive orders are serious business. They're not just about renaming gulfs willy-nilly. They're supposed to address important national issues. So, naturally one has to wonder, what pressing national issue did renaming the Gulf of Mexico solve? Was it a national security threat? Was Mexico holding the Gulf hostage? Oh, we may never know. One thing's for sure, this decision has certainly stirred up a lot of controversy. Okay, so the name has changed, at least on paper, but what about the real world? How are people supposed to navigate this watery mess now? Well, that's where things get even more complicated. You see, mapping services like Google Maps and Apple Maps are caught in the middle of this geographic tug-of-war. For users in the US, these services now display Gulf of America. But for users in Mexico and other parts of the world, it's still the good old Gulf of Mexico. Talk about confusing. It's like those maps where one side of the street is in a different time zone. How do these mapping services even know where you are? Well, they use your device's location, IP address, and even your Google account settings to determine which name to show you. It's all very technical and big brothery, but that's the world we live in now. So, what does the future hold for our beloved or not so beloved Gulf? Will the new name stick, or will it fade away like a bad sunburn? Honestly, it's too early to tell. Some people are all for the change, arguing that Gulf of America reflects the country's dominance in the region. Others think it's a pointless and divisive move that accomplishes nothing. And then there are those who just want to know what to call the darn thing when they're ordering seafood. One thing's for sure, this whole Gulf renaming saga has highlighted the power of names, the complexities of technology, and the enduring human capacity for